Okay, welcome back guys. Welcome to the introduction of the AK604 cabin tractor. Okay, we're just going to go through some of the fundamentals and what does what and where everything is on here for today for you. First and foremost, safety first every time. Safety braces are located underneath the tractor here, held by the safety pins. Always make sure you have them in place when you're under the tractor, or under the fell, sorry. Okay, we'll start at the front where we always do guys. Battery nice and close up the front. Above that we've got your air filter. On the right hand side here we've got your vacuum indicator. We need to keep that in the green at all times, but guys, the better air your tractor gets to breathe, the better it runs, which means the less diesel it uses. Okay, on the top we've got your radiator cap. As always with the radiator cap, never open whilst hot, always check while cold. Moving back from that, we've got the power steering reservoir, which we use the universal farm oil in, which is the same oil that's in the hydraulics and in the engine in the tractor. Moving down from that, we've got your alternator. Below that, we've got your power steering pump, your hydraulic pump behind that, starter motor's hiding out the back. We've got your isolator switch, nice and easy. If you're not using the tractor, switch it off guys, it'll save your battery. Okay guys, we'll move around to this side. This tractor hasn't been pre-delivered, so the caps aren't orange for you, but you'll get the gist. The yellow ones are the ones we need. So you do have your cap on the top, but as always on our tractors, it's easier to fill the oil on the right-hand side here. Moving down behind that, the dipstick is yellow. It will be orange once you purchase it. So your dipstick there, oil filter just behind, fuel filter in front of that, and then your first pre-filter for your fuel in up here. Okay, we'll move around to the back so I can show you a bit of the operation on the back. We do have your diesel tank right here, nice big plastic petrol tank, nice and safe. So we'll move around to the back. Moving around to the back, we'll start at the top as we always do. Expansion reservoir. This is for your hydraulic extension remotes. So when you plug something in, it can expand into this chamber. We want to keep the hydraulic fluid filled through the top. This will be painted orange for you. But halfway through the hose guys, as on all of our tractors, halfway through the hose is full with the fell on the ground. Okay, moving down from that, so that's where your hydraulic farm oil goes, up the top. Then we're moving down to your rear end and your gearbox. So this is your dipstick, it will be painted orange. So that's the dipstick for the rear end and the gearbox. And just above that is your filling point. And then we have your one-way remote above that. So moving just below the one-way remote, which is for tippers and some cement mixers. So we have our hydraulic filter, nice and easy to get to, right down the bottom. Another ring feeder hitch. PDO drive is hidden just behind that, which is an easy, quickly remove the pins. Most of the time they will be removed before pre-delivery, as we will fit your slasher and so forth. Now we'll just move on onto the inside, and I'll show you the operation of all the levers inside. Okay guys, welcome to the inside of the AK604 cabin. Safety first as always. Left hand side is your handbrake. Red button is the handbrake. Using the foot pedal to help you disengage it and engage it is always better, as the two are joined. Okay, moving to the left of the handbrake lever, we have the PDO lever. 760 is forward, neutral is the middle, 540 is reverse. As always, all the AgKing implements are only 540. So if you operate them in 760, you will damage them, and we will know. Okay, now we'll move on to the steering section. So we have your shuttle shift here, forward and reverse. Now it is integral that you put the tractor into gear before you try to use the shuttle shift. So you need to make a selection between your high, your low and your medium, your first, your second and third and your fourth. Get it into gear, then your shuttle shift will slide in nicely. Please don't force this guys. You may need to give the clutch a little bleep to help it fall in, as all of our tractors, they don't have synchros, so you need to find the gear. But please don't ride the clutch, because it can cause excessive wear. We'll jump onto my right hand side now. So we have our two levers for our 3-point linkage. This one is equipped with float. Okay, so we've got our float one on the right hand side, and on our left hand side we've got our up and down. And you can obviously set your float to where you want it. Moving over from that, we have the rear remote handles. So as always, the one that's closest to you is the one that's closest to you on the back, and then obviously that's the one next door. We've got our windscreen wipers, our hazard lights, our work lights, our dash lights, and our whirly light for safety on the rear. Moving along with lights, we also do have some on the dash. Your indicators are just down here, nice and close, same as your headlight switch, right beside the ignition. Stereo is located over to the right. And if we go up to the roof, straight above the stereo is where the aircon switches are. 1, 2, 3, and 4, adjust your temperature, making sure that the aircon is switched on. Please make sure you keep the front of the tractor in front of the radiator clean. The cooler the tractor can run, the better your aircon will work. Okay, we also do have a fan up the back here for such days that you're not using it. There's a nice little switch on the back of that to switch that on, nice and easy. We'll move over to our hand control for the front end loader. We're back to the cabin one, so we're back to with the little button on the front. As you can see, some nice easy instructions on the back here. Nice and comfortable, within nice reach, up, down, crowd, and tip. So, and when using the 4-in-1 bucket, please press the button and move to the crowd position in either left or right, and that will operate the 4-in-1 bucket. I think the only thing left now, guys, is the hand throttle. So down, we have our foot throttle down here on the ground, and then the hand throttle is above that, right beside the steering wheel. Okay, so as all, use the foot throttle to help the hand throttle, and then when releasing it, they just don't fight each other that way, guys. They are linked. Okay, we'll move down to the four-wheel drive lever beside your left foot. Okay, with all AgKing tractors, it's short, sharp pull up. Okay, sometimes you may need to roll or blip the clutch in the tractor to get it to slide in. As said before, there is no synchros. And when disengaging, nice hard push down. If it won't go down, you may need to put the tractor into reverse and take the load off like an old Land Cruiser. Okay, and then just behind my right foot, we have here, this one here is your diff lock. So pushing down with your heel to lock the diff, and then releasing it when you want it to come undone. As you move forward, this will release itself in between 10 to 15 meters after the diff lock is used. Now on the 60 cabin and the 60 ROPS tractor, we have this lever here. Okay, it's a knob. You wind it tight, all the way to tight, and then back one turn, and that will change from 3-point linkage operation to the one-way valve we showed you above the hydraulic filter. And then obviously to turn that back is all the way to the other way, then back one turn, and then it will be 3-point linkage operation. And to operate that, once you change that valve, it is your 3-point linkage arm on your right hand side. You just use the tipper, the one-way valve, as you would the 3-point linkage. So if you want to push oil out, pull back. If you want to push oil, suck oil back in, push forward. Okay, this is for tippers, some cement mixers, and all sorts. And I believe that's pretty much everything you need to know on the inside of the AgKing 604 cabin tractor. Okay, that's a wrap for this one, guys, the AK604 cabin tractor. I hope the run through has been helpful. Any questions or any information in regards to the tractors, please contact us here at AgKing.